Well, hello and welcome to another video by Financial Learning. On today's video, we're going to take a look at the February monthly mining metrics for the Bitcoin mining sector. You're going to see that another one of the Bitcoin mining companies has dropped out of the monthly reporting race. We'll talk about that as well as go over the key metrics, which would include Bitcoin mined, HODL, and hash rate. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, before we jump into the mining metrics, let's take a look at this post by BitDigital. You can see here, as of March 1st, 2025, BTBT will no longer publish a monthly production report. So it looks like another Bitcoin miner has decided to drop out of the monthly mining metric reports. We saw TeraWulf do this last month, and as of this video, we have still not seen TeraWulf put out another post. At least BTBT has provided us with a couple reasons behind the decision to not put out monthly numbers, and here are some of those key reasons. First one is, as a domestic issuer, all key info will be available in our SEC filings and periodic updates. Monthly reporting has become increasingly erroneous for our finance team as our business scales. I'll stop right there. There are many Bitcoin mining companies that are as large or larger than BTBT. So this specific excuse, I'm not quite sure. However, maybe they just don't have the staff for that. So as an investor, if their employee number is lacking as far as an administrative standpoint, but they're still able to put out some good fundamental numbers, maybe that's okay. Just want to put that out there. Jumping down to the next reason, our focus on HPC means financial performance is better measured over longer periods as revenue models differ. And then the fourth reason they mentioned, resources will be reallocated to more impactful business activities that drive long-term value. With that said, BTBT is not stepping back from transparency. We're exploring better ways to keep shareholders informed. From all of us at BitDigital, thank you for continued support. We're excited for what's ahead. And they did put this out on February 28th, 2025. So just wanted to share that with you all. In case you do check the investor relations page and you don't see anything from BitDigital, they did put out this on their X. All right, and jumping into the monthly metrics, we're going to start with Bitcoin mined for the month. And you can see number one, again for another month in a row, would be Mara Holdings. They had a total of 706 Bitcoin mined, followed by CleanSpark coming in at number two for 624 Bitcoin. And number three, this is a new number three. Last month it was Riot. This month it is CANG coming in at 472.7 Bitcoin mined. Then number four is Riot at 470. So those two were very close to each other in terms of monthly mining numbers. And then number five is IREN with 459. Number six is CORZ with 231. FUFU came in at number seven with 219. And Bitfarms came in at 213 as number 8. Number 9 was CIFR coming in at 180. And then HIVE coming in number 10 with 89, and Canon coming in at number 11 with 82. And then the last Bitcoin miner to actually put out an amount would be HUT8, and they came in at number 12 with 46 Bitcoin. You can see BitDR is on this list, and they did have an operational update. It was actually put out on their X account. They do put out weekly numbers, but one thing I did find interesting with BitDR as I looked week over week is it did appear that they were purchasing spot Bitcoin at various prices. So that's why I don't have a number of Bitcoin mined here, but I have increased their HODL. And we'll talk about HODL on the next section. And for the HODL rankings, you can see number one, again, is Mara Holdings with a total HODL amount at 46,347 Bitcoin. Coming at number two is Riot Platforms, still number two with 18,692. And then number three, still the same here as CleanSpark, coming in with 11,177. And number four is HUT8 with 10,237. And then HIVE with 2,620, followed by CANG with 1,944.7. And pay close attention to CANG. As you can see from a Bitcoin mining monthly number, they do have a rather large amount If you do recall, they were number 3 this past month. So they are adding to their HODL quite frequently compared to some of these other Bitcoin miners. So I would assume that in a few months, CANG will be jumping up in the leaderboard on terms of HODL. Moving down to the next one, that would be BitFUFU. They had a total HODL amount at 1,800 Bitcoin, and then Canon with 1,355. Bitfarm was next with 1,260, and then BitDR, again, this is the spot Bitcoin company, they had 1,039 Bitcoin. And the last section I want to talk about is going to be hash rate. I think this is an important metric as this does give us a better idea about the potential of the amount of Bitcoin mined from these specific companies. And of course, as the global hash rate does change, that does impact the amount of Bitcoin these companies can produce each month. But regardless, let's take a look at the top ranking hash rates for the month. Starting at number 1, again, Mara Holdings with a total hash rate at 53.7 exahash per second. And number 2, CleanSpark with 40.7 exahash per second. And number 3, Riot Platforms with 33.6 exahash per second. And Cango with 32 exahash per second. So again, talking about Cango coming in at number 4 in terms of hash rate. We saw them overtake Riot Platforms in terms of monthly Bitcoin mining numbers. So I do think that they will be a very strong competitor this year in 2025. Moving down the list, IREN comes in next at 28.7 exahash per second, and then BitFUFU with 20.6 exahash per second. Core Scientific has 19.4, and Bitfarm 16.1 exahash per second. CIFR coming in at 13.5, and HUT8 at 12.3. Then we get into the single-digit hash rate companies, starting with Canaan at 6.3 exahash per second, and Hive coming in at 5.6. And you can see BitDR did not have any hash rate disclosed. They just share their weekly HODL amount, so we're able to get an update just on that number. We'll have to probably wait for a formal SEC filing from BitDR, and then you can see BTBT, BitDigital, and WULF, terawulf, do not have any monthly mining numbers, as I mentioned at the beginning. Just want to make sure that I disclose that again. All right, and that wraps it up for me. Hope you enjoyed this in-depth Bitcoin mining metric update for the month of February. We started with Bitcoin mine, we went to HODL, and we ended with hash rate. We saw another Bitcoin miner dropping out of the monthly metric updates, and that was BitDigital, and they joined terawulf. So now 2 of these Bitcoin mining companies are not sharing their monthly numbers. At least BTBT did give us a reason behind their decision to stop. So if you like this video, please consider giving it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment. What do you think about these mining metrics? Do you think that Cango will overtake Riot in terms of hash rate this next month? Do you think that they will blow past some of these other Bitcoin miners in terms of HODL? Love to hear your thoughts on that. And with all that said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.